thanks so much for stopping by today. We're gonna be checking out a meal that my family loves so much. They make me make it for them almost every other week, and it's called Pastitsio, and it's a Greek dish, and we're making it from Magnolia Cookbook Volume number 3. So this is a meat dish, so I don't eat it, but Lewis will be here to check it out for us. But trust me, there's some funky ingredients here, but it's well worth it. They absolutely go crazy for it. So let's get started. Okay, so before we head over to the skillet to cook up our meat, we have to first grate our red onion. So let's get to grating. Hopefully I don't cry. I'm just gonna look away for a second while I can, so I don't cry. Doing okay. Okay, it's coming on. It's coming on. Okay, let's take a quick commercial break. I'll be right back. Okay, so I finished the onion because I was being a big crybaby about it. So now that that's done, let's head over to the stove. That way we can start cooking our onion and our garlic and our ground beef. So, I started to heat up our burner a little bit, so I'm gonna add in about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And I'm gonna add in our onion. And we're gonna let that cook on medium-high heat. And we want this to become a little bit translucent, so it's gonna be about 3 to 4 minutes. Once that's done, we'll add in our garlic and then our ground beef to cook. Okay, so while this is going, I am going to turn our other burner on to get our penne going. So it's already salted. We'll throw that in when it's boiling, and we'll keep an eye on our onion. Have a couple more minutes. Okay, so now that our onion is translucent, it's been about 4 minutes. Let's add in our minced garlic and let that become fragrant for about a minute. All right, and then, well, a little less than a minute, but it's very garlicky. And then let's add in our ground beef. And we'll chop this up a little bit, and we'll cook this down so it's all brown and cooked through. All right, let that keep going. In the meantime, I'm gonna get the rest of our ingredients ready. That way, when the meat's cooked, we can start cooking everything together. So I'm gonna open up some tomatoes. I need the red wine. Stir in the red wine, tomatoes, tomato paste, and salt and pepper. Salt and pepper, salt. Okay, it's time to add in our tomatoes, our red wine, some tomato paste, and some salt and pepper. There we go. So a half a teaspoon of pepper and 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. I'm gonna let this actually come to a boil, and it should reduce in size for sure. So we'll let this go for a little bit and come back to it, and I'll be stirring occasionally, of course. Okay, so our water is boiling. I'm gonna throw in our penne. Set the timer. Okay. Okay, so it's been about 5 to 7 minutes. Our sauce has definitely reduced, so let's add in our cinnamon stick. That's right, cinnamon stick. Some bay leaf, and just a pinch of clove. It's barely a pinch. Okay. Now I'm gonna turn this down to a simmer. We're gonna cover it. Well, let me just stir it really fast. And we're gonna let this simmer for about 30 minutes. So, once our noodles are done, our macaroni, we'll take it out and we'll let that sit while we prepare and get ready for our sauce. Okay, so our pasta's done. Let's drain it. And we're gonna let this cool for about 5 minutes. And in the meantime, we're gonna get ready for combining this with our egg whites and our feta cheese. But we gotta let this cool for 5 minutes. All right, so while our penne is chilling out for a little bit, let's get our egg whites ready. So it's just the egg whites, and I'm gonna beat these a little bit so it's loosened up, because we're gonna mix this and the feta with our macaroni. I'm trying a new tool. Let's see if it works. Let's get in there. A little bit more. It's a workout though. A little more. Okay. So let's now take our pasta, and I'm gonna throw this into our very large bowl. I don't need that. Pull up. Okay. And now let's add in our egg whites and our feta cheese. Plop. It'd be nice to have a spoon here, but I will use this fork. Stir it all together. Okay. Now we wait for our sauce and our meat to be ready to go. Then we'll throw everything else together. Okay, so we have about 5 to 10 minutes left on our sauce that's still going. So let's get our other sauce ready. It's a little bit of a cream sauce. So we have a stick of butter. I'm gonna throw this in a nice sized saucepan because we have about 4 cups of cream that's gonna come in. But we're gonna let this melt first, and then we're gonna add in our flour and let that cook together for a little bit and make that, you know, nice nutty smell, and then we'll add some other ingredients. All right, so our butter is melted. Let's add in our flour. Give this a nice stir. Okay, I think we're ready. So now we're gonna add in our heavy cream very slowly, and I try to whisk at the same time, which is difficult with my right hand. Okay. Keep really got to whisk constantly here, so can't let it sit for too long. All right, so now that that's combined, we're gonna add in a half a cup of our Parmesan, if I can. Okay, there we go. Half a cup. I'm gonna whisk that together now. And we're gonna whisk this for about 6 minutes. Well, not whisk it, but we're gonna whisk it occasionally, and we want it to start bubbling and starting to thicken up. All right, guys, it's time to take our cream sauce and head back to our main little station here. And now we're gonna do something that may seem weird, but we're gonna add in some egg yolk. And we are gonna stir this up, whisk constantly. Gonna add in our salt, which is another 1.5 teaspoons, and a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Stir this together. Okay, all right, so now it's time to assemble our mixtures all together. So we have 3 here, let's combine them. So the first step is to take our our noodles and throw this in here. Right? Make sure you have a deep dish here because it's a lot. All right. Then we're gonna take our meat mixture. All right. We're gonna pull out the cinnamon stick and the bay leaf before we throw this on top of our macaroni. So let me try and find it. Okay, so here's 1 bay leaf. Here's another bay leaf. Now, oops, can't leave that meat behind, you know? All right, and then there we go. Here is our cinnamon stick. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna, well, let me move this. That would be an accident waiting to happen, right? We are going to add in this right on top. Try to get it as evenly around as possible. Okay. Okie dokie. Now, the last is adding in this cream sauce right on top, making sure to cover every little nook and cranny. Okay. Okay, now we are going to take the rest of our Parmesan cheese and we're gonna sprinkle that right on top. Okay. All right, this is now officially ready for the oven. So, I don't know that this needs to be covered. Let me double check. Pour the cream sauce and nope, does not need to get covered. So we are going to put this in the oven for about 40 to 45 minutes. And then we're gonna take it out, let it cool for 20, and then Lewis will be here to try it out. All right. Timer's on, see you in 40 minutes. All right guys, it's time to try the Pastitsio. Lewis is here to try it out for me. He loves this dish. And I should say that when I opened up this book, he saw the picture and said, I want it. And he didn't know that all of the little fun ingredients in there like feta cheese, and he usually is not a big fan of feta cheese.
I'm not a fan of fake cheese.
So, when I made it, he loved it. I told him afterward what was inside of it and he was surprised and he still loves it. So take it away, honey.
I like it slightly less and I know it has feet cheese in it, but I still like it.
It's feta cheese.
It's quite delicious, feet cheese. As usual, it's really good. It's delicious. It's yummy. I couldn't pronounce this dish. I just call it Despacito, but it is what it is. It's really good.
Can't take them anywhere. But yes. And it's funny because when I made this for our family, they all loved it. Like I said earlier, they always ask for this meal to be made whenever they come over. So it really is a very popular dish in this household. So I'd love to know what you think about it. If you do make it, tell me what you think in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching. Honey, thanks so much for coming.
Thank you for making it a dish.
And we'll catch you next time. Thanks so much.
Served.
Have a good day. All right, guys, we are here to try the pastitsio. No, what is it? The pastitsio. Ready, Freddie? That's what I do every time.
I know.
All right. Okay, off to the skillet.
It really is good.
It's so weird.
Cinnamon in there?
Yeah.
I don't get it.